I am freedom of choice. I am freedom of choice for I do that which I desire and wish to. I am freedom of choice for I make my own decisions. I always have and always will. I am freedom of choice for I fully understand that no one has ever and will ever make me do anything that I do not desire or wish to do, even if at the time it is not in my highest good. I am freedom of choice because by accepting such, I am able to change, to grow, to evolve. So it is uttered. So it is. Welcome, guys. As you know, I'm going live for the next 30 days, the whole month of October. And as always, I start by reading the whole mantra and then I share with you my personal understanding of every sentence. So let's go. I am freedom of choice. Source is actually inviting us to remember that we are the master of the decisions that we make every day and at all time. It doesn't matter what happens. We are always in charge of that. Okay, this is me trying to fix this framing. Being a wedding for ex wedding photographer, I'm always like, oh, uh, I'm not in the frame, so I need to make it better. Anyway, let me put it like this. Good. I am freedom of choice for I do that which I desire and wish to. I am a freedom of choice for I do that which I desire and wish to. So everything that you desire, everything that you wish to do, you can do it. No one can actually stop you from taking action towards something that you actually desire or something that you actually want to do. Remember, every time that you use the expression I am, everything that comes after, you are basically commanding it, you are ordering it from the universe because the universe is there to serve you just as you are here to serve the universe. I am freedom of choice for I make my own decisions. I always have and always will. The way I understand this is it doesn't matter what happened to you. It doesn't matter if someone forced you to do anything. And I even saw it in a video where Source is actually explaining it. Whatever you end up doing, you always have the choice. And this is something actually difficult to manage for us humans because ultimately someone is going to come and say, this is me mimicking the person. Yeah, but that person came and put a gun on my head and I had no choice and I had to do this. Well, Source is saying we always have the choice. We always have the choice. And if you allow me to expand on this, I think the fact that we all believe in the lie that life does have an end and that when you die, that's it, you never come back. That's why we become so attached to the process of being alive that we actually forget that the picture is way bigger. It's like now I'm looking at myself through the frame of this GoPro, not knowing, for example, let me say, so this is for example, so I stop seeing here, right? When I look at myself through the screen of this GoPro. But you see, you have all this spot here. And when it comes to this side, this is where I stop seeing. So you have all this that I don't see. And the fact that we are so attached to this earthly reality would actually cause us, like you, me, and everyone, to do that thing that the person wants us to do under the pressure of the gun. I know, sounds silly to say that, but given the way we've been raised and the way this society function. But just like Eliot always says, the truth is the truth, and the truth will set you free. So this is what we are doing, brothers and sisters. We are breaking the chain of the mental prison. I am freedom of choice for I fully understand that no one has ever and will ever make me do anything that I do not desire or wish to. So this is a long sentence, and the first part that I just read for me is confirming the explanation that I gave before. But then this is what comes. Even if at the time it is not in my highest good. So even if it is not in my highest good to not do what someone else wants me to do, it's still my freedom of choice. It's still up to me to decide. So let's say now I come to you and I say, hey, if you take this train, let's talk as Let's talk about how do I say that? Let's talk about stuff that we're gonna immediately understand. If you take this train now, you're gonna become a millionaire. But you're like, I don't want to take this train. I want to take the next one. And I'm like, no, take this one. You told me all the issues that you have. What you want is to be a millionaire. And I tell you, take this train, you're gonna be a millionaire. You're like, no, I want to take the other one. Well, you take the other one and you don't and you end up not being a millionaire. But when once you arrive at the destination, you see that all the people who take the train that I told you to take became a millionaire. So you still have the freedom of choice to decide whatever the F you want to do, even if at the time it is not of your highest good. And the reality is, if you pay attention, anytime that you try to force someone to do something, it never ends good. It never. Sometimes you want something so bad for someone that you end up almost paving everything so that it's the easiest for that person. What ends up happening? The person doesn't take the road. The person is like, no, no, no. But the part of what we are here to do is to also accept that people have that freedom of choice and that they can choose whatever they want whenever they want. And it's not always easy, but the more you read this thing, the more you're like, bro, I need to change that thing because it's not helping me. And more important, it's not helping the other person that I'm trying to help. I am freedom of choice because by accepting such, I am able to change, to grow, to evolve. And this is probably the biggest thing. You see, in this day and age that we live in, whenever something good happened to you, some people are going to say, oh, I did it. I did it. It's me. Others will say it's God, whatever. But when it's bad, when something bad happens, when you don't get that job, when you consecutively keep getting fired, someone is going to say, it's the devil. Someone is going to say, you should watch out. You have people working negatively on yourself. When actually it is just the result of your choice. So the moment you realize that you have freedom of choice, you've been using it even when you think you are not, you're always using it. And therefore, all the results that you're getting in your life are the consequences of your freedom of choice. No one is coming and telling you what to wear in the morning, right? I mean, if you are 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, well, those things can happen. But now I'm wondering, why are you watching my video if you're 7, 8, 9? You see? So freedom of choice, it's always there. We always have it. So whenever stuff happens to you and you don't like how they are impacting you, although we've been raised to see things like that, to behave like that, just know it is you. And the moment you know it is you, the moment you know it is the consequences of your freedom of choice, then you can relax. Then you can be like, okay, you can go back in time in your mind and actually analyze all the events that led you to make that decision and actually learn, okay, next time I am facing this situation, how can I do it better? How can I improve? How can I make sure that I get a different outcome? How can I make sure that I get a better outcome? Right? So this is what all this mantra is about: is to make us remember, actually force us to remember that we've been using freedom of choice. It is the greatest gift that Source gave to us, the freedom to choose who we define ourselves, who we want ourselves to be, who we want ourselves to become. It is always and forever ours. No one can ever take it away from us. And if you are in a relationship, I want to develop something here. Did you ever realize how sometimes your partner can actually not care about something, but the moment you try to impose something or to say to your partner to not do this or to not do that, that's when the person actually wants to do it? Why do you think it is that way? Because of freedom of choice. Freedom of choice is so wired inside of you. It is so embedded within yourself that the second it is threatened, you react automatically without even wanting to, because the most deep thing wired inside of you is to be free, is to have the ability to make your own choice, right? So next time you're going to a situation with your partner and you feel like, okay, you are actually, I don't know, let's say you prevent the person from brushing their hair in the living room, right? I just made up something, but you may have so many situation in relationships. Well, the moment you start putting too much emotion into don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, bro, what ends up happening? It happens so many times. You're like, is this person doing it on purpose? Right? And yeah, so this mantra, honestly, and this book in particular, by the way, I'm going to put you the link in the description so that you can get this book. The source advises us, recommended us to read this book once a day, twice a day, once in the morning, once before going to bed. And mind you, when I got into this book, the only recommendation that I had was to read the book once per day. So I would read the whole book every day, and it would take me 22 minutes. Sometimes it felt like someone was grounding me, right? And then one day, one source told me, "Oh no, once a day." I was like, "Whew," but I still do it twice a day. So basically, now I pick one mantra in the morning, right before I brush my teeth. I read it out loud, and right before I go to bed, I read it out loud. Now, out of 30 days, I can skip maybe twice max, but I'm always on it. I'm always on it. Always, always. You know, I made it as cleaning my ass after I go to the toilet. Like that's something that you cannot skip, right? And now I'm like, but you said you skip it twice. So are you saying that sometimes you don't clean your ass? Welcome to my channel, guys. And as always, oh, I forgot the formula that closes everything. So it is uttered. So it is. Well, that's the formula that actually seals everything so that the universe knows that, okay, your order has been made and now you can chill and be ready to receive what you ask for. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.